Okay, well, welcome everyone. I have Julie Rose today. So Julie Rose and her family are from South Central Minnesota, and she's here with us to talk about farm management software. And Julie, why don't you go ahead and kick off and just talk a little bit about your farm and what you do?
Oh, yeah. Well, we farm about 60 miles west of the Minneapolis suburbs. We have corn and soybeans and sugar beets, and we farm with two of the four sons. Have some acres outside of outside of our enterprise, and so we exchange labor, for equipment. So that's kind of my team. I'm busy, like I'll farm team members. Um, I guess right now I'm wrapping up the accounting season, so that's kind of a good. That's another relief. Which yeah, the accounting season starts quite as soon as harvest is done, and so taxes and analysis. We do FinPac analysis. We've been into the FinPac system about 30 years.
Okay.
So then when spring starts, then I'm out delivering seed and fertilizer. We all have CDLs here, including myself. So we're always hopping in a semi to help out if it's in season or out season. And then planting is done. We go right into spray season because sugar beets. So that kind of goes through the summer. And sugar beets start in August. So there's not a whole lot of time after
Okay.
spraying and then beets start.
Okay.
So then when we when we start soybeans, I'll hop in the combine and the sugar beet team is doing their thing. I'll start with the soybeans and we'll get all done with that and then get into the corn. And that's about the time the sugar beet team is done. So then they'll come over to the corn side and then I'll have a chance to hop out of the seat for a little while. And then we get to eat again.
It just sounds crazy. Yeah, I mean, you
And
guys
we
are
start
just
over.
going really, really busy throughout the growing season. And right now, we're in February, right? And getting close to March. So you're probably getting closer to getting ramping up and
We
looking
are.
forward to planting already. So that's a really interesting, I guess, look at your farm. Lots of action, a lot of people involved. And so tell us a little bit about the software you've used in the past to manage all these things, and I guess maybe some of those pain points that you've experienced, right, during that whole process of trying to manage the data.
Right. So kind of all going back a little ways, the manual accounting with farm business management, which we're still in, but now it's computerized, of course. So we started FarmWorks back in the 90s with your team, and we've been with FarmWorks up, and I'm still using it as we change now to Traction. So um, our accounting system has been one computer, one person, um,
Hmm.
in the office, not portable. And so I struggle with it sometimes when we're in season because I can't be in the office and I can't get to the answers that I need.
Hmm.
So those are kind of the struggles that I see right now.
Yeah, that makes complete sense because you are truly tied to a single desktop computer. As powerful as what FarmWorks was, I mean, that was a huge drawback. Was one of them was just not being able to share that data very easily. And now that Traction really is built from the ground up, farmer specific, and so it's focused on being more than just an individual. It's more of a team effort. So you have the ability to share some of that information on your smartphones and tablets and that kind of stuff. So when you think of like, your desktop situation, moving to Traction, obviously Traction, we're still working on some things that aren't there yet today, like field operations, but it's coming in the coming months. You'll be able to do some of those things. I mean, think about some of the benefits that you're experiencing right now. The current, I guess the cash accounting product that we have delivered currently that people can try out. Specifically, what kind of things are you enjoying about it? If you can kind of talk about that.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm excited about it. I've experienced it. So always had to enter everything in, in our old system. And here I have already entered expenses and income, both from our banks and our credits and the credit accounts. And so logging in to Traction and seeing that, oh my gosh, I don't have to enter all this stuff. It's already there. I just assign it to the correct, if it's income or expense, to the correct file, you might say.
Mhm.
And then I'm done. The reconciliation is so easy. I am not struggling with reconciliation. And so that's huge. The chance to do that outside of the office is an incredible benefit that I have been waiting for. When I'm in a truck or in the field or wherever I'm at, I can go in and see that. I can get the answers that I need when I'm asked, and not say, oh man, I'm not going to get back till 10 o'clock at night. I can't get those. And then I'm tired, and oh wait, I'm behind because I've been outside with the guys. So it's not
Yeah.
quick. So that's the big thing.
Yeah, I know that specifically the feature that we launched on your phones and tablets is the ability to capture transactions on the go. And everything that we do, it's modified for tablets and phones, just like your desktops. You don't have to install an app. It's just the screen is optimized automatically. And what's really neat about the phones is that you can use the capture button and take a picture of the receipts and things and enter as much or as little information as you want. And so you could have anyone out there doing these transactions on your team, and they
Yeah,
may not want to pick out repair expense, right? Because they don't know
right.
what account to pick. That maybe that's a job that you normally would do, but they can at least put the date in there, the amount, take a picture of the receipt, that kind of stuff, and then that all flows into Traction. And then you could actually go in and look at those transactions and complete them, or change them if they're wrong. So that the power is there, which is it's a complete game changer, really, when it comes to the things that we can do today versus what FarmWorks could do. And so it's kind of interesting to hear that. Um, would you have any, I guess, advice for folks who are kind of like on the fence right now? Maybe they know about Traction and they just don't know whether they want to jump in right now versus maybe waiting until 2022, perhaps. What advice would you give those folks?
My opinion is, if you want more time to do what you want to do, this is a great program to give you that. I mean, you can't get your time back. So the simplicity of Traction and you guys helping out with that whole transition is very fast, and I mean, just fast and easy. And I guess that is why I'm doing it.
Yep.
Mobile, a great team that I know for a long time. So I have no questions that this is the way to go.
Yep, very good. And just for the viewers who are watching, so anyone who has maybe some chart of accounts or contact lists, we use FarmWorks as an example, but really it could be any software platform. You can provide that information to our customer success team, and we can, with your permission, we can get into your account and we can actually set up a lot of these things for you. The really cool one that we just did recently was exporting all your field names and boundaries like out of FarmWorks, do one massive
Yeah.
export, and within less than 5 minutes, you'd have all your fields and boundaries in Traction. I mean, how cool is that? Now, you could easily do that yourself, but for the folks out there that have like John Deere Operation Center or some other system, we have some videos that you can watch that shows you how to do that as well. But don't let that stop you. I mean, you can always reach out to us even during your trial period, and we can do that step for you. So we're happy to kind of step in and kind of ease that pain of actually thinking of like transferring to a different system. But that's kind of where we're at today. And I really appreciate your time, Julie. Do you have any bits of advice or comments that you want to share with the viewers?
Probably, well, just a few. I said we were in FinPack, and so that's kind of a tool all by itself. But Traction Ag being just as powerful, will help us get a better, faster fin pack, which it's pretty valuable there. Another thing that is huge for me is because in our farm operation, there's one accountant here, right here. And most farm teams usually have that one person. So this is a better way of spreading that responsibility and opening up the accounting. And so it's not just one person, it's your team, and they know how to get there when they need it if I wasn't around. So it's not like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Or so this takes it off of one person's shoulders and makes it more of a team effort, which I really appreciate. I really appreciate that. The time savings of me not having to enter it, and really it's going to give me a little bit more time to enjoy the things that I like to do outside of the office. And with all that, it's just a win-win. So Traction is going to work for me instead of me the other way around, behind the scenes, because everything it will be in there for me when I log in.
Yeah, that sounds great. And just to point out the FinPack point, very true. So we were able to export our balance sheet income statement out as a text file or file format that you want. But we're also looking at ways to do some integrations with other companies like FinPack to make that data flow a little bit more seamless. And to be honest here, it's a lot easier for us to do it that we're a cloud-based system versus a desktop system back in the 1990s. So it's a whole different platform that we're building here, and that's what really makes it exciting for folks like you. I mean, it's going to be quite interesting what you'll see here in the coming months ahead.
Absolutely. I'm pumped.
Well, thank you. Enjoy you having you with us today, and perhaps we'll check in with you throughout the growing season to see how things are going. And for those who are watching, if you want to give Traction a try, just go to www.tractionag.com and you can hit the button and start your 30-day trial today. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.